come to make a move. If you want to get into the college football playoff, you've got to win big games right now, and we have a clash of ranked opponents coming up in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Gift to the tailback. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll run it from the gun. Jukes his way for more. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. Alabama quickly back to the line. The offense changing the play. Lewis wants to pass. Going downfield for the big play. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Direct snap. It's Robinson. Fights off a defender. They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Robinson. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. This crowd rising up, sensing that his defense needs some help. Here's a quick throw out to the left. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
On the direct snap, it's Robinson. He's going for the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Lewis to throw. And the completion to the sideline. A solid pickup, but not enough for the first down.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
Shotgun snap on third down. Using the quick game. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
That was a third down this offense absolutely had to have. They're already down in this game. And so on third down, you've got to find a way to win. And it's a nice job in the one-on-one, running a good route, creating some separation, quarterback throwing on time, and this offense stays on the field.
Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw on first down. And he fired a bullet in, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Unleashes one. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Here's the pressure. Look out, he's got room. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? Alabama pushing the tempo.
And how about the awareness by this guy on third down, a scramble play. Everything's breaking down, but he never panics and also knows exactly where he needs to get to pick up that first down. It's third. I can't slide early. I can't run out of bounds. I'm probably going to have to put my body on the line here and take a big hit and risk that to get this first. That's a big-time leadership play by the quarterback.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Direct snap. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Snap to the back. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. Back to throw, it's Russell. Fires to the wideout. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Slips through the line. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the snap, it's Robinson. They're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front. And the Bulldogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly, you see if he can make somebody miss. It doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. On the move, he fires. It's caught downfield. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Sometimes a play like that, incorporating the back in the passing game, almost seems like cheating. It's so easy.
Yep, because you can run it against man or you can run it against zone. If you're patient, obviously, with zone coverage, he can come open, but man-to-man, I like my chances of a running back versus
turning it on. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Second down, they'll go to the air. Working that left side now. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! Ready to try the point after. And the extra point makes it 14-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Mississippi State is down, but not out of it. Not with those cowbells ringing inside Davis-Wade Stadium, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. It's still a one-score game. They're trailing by 8 to Kentucky. Just another week of SEC football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. With the catch, it's Hale. At the 45 on his way. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch. Make the run. Get the first down.
Looking downfield, it's Russell. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
That just really nice catch by the big tight.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to throw again. Here comes the heat. Floating away. There he goes.
Well, as soon as he got outside the pocket, the defense smelled blood in the water. Everybody started pursuing. And how about the big hit on the QB outside the pocket? At that point, he's a runner. He's not getting protected anymore. Nice job. He felt that one.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
Might be changing the route. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Finds him out of the backfield. Touchdown time! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Lining up to add another. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Pocket breaking down. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. He'll take a deep shot here. He's got it on the left.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. On the direct snap, it's Robinson. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line. Guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hot mollies up front.
They forced ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Makes the grab. It's Rigby. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Back has it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
To the air on second down. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And they make the striking connection, and they've got it down to the 13-yard line, a red zone chance. The Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10. Unloads quickly. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
A great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass. Moves around to clear up the vision. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Man, getting to this quarterback is pivotal. You saw last drive, way too much time. They score a touchdown. Nice job on second down. Anticipating the pass, playing the pass, getting the sack, and now forcing a difficult third down.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Snags it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
And, man, you got to like the swarm of this defense. You've got to get in the backfield, make some penetration, and realize the first guy's not going to always get that big sucker on the ground. Like, he's a big, strong dude. He's breaking tackles, but still swarming to the football, and this defense still gets a tackle for a loss.
Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. Stop in the backfield, he'll lose 4.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run. And you know, at this area of the field, it's really tough to throw it. Let's see who the more physical side is.
From the gun, wants to pass. Big guy smells it. Touchdown, Georgia. And they take it in for 6 more points. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. He might want another play. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Throws to the tight end. Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. Takes it the other way. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Power football with the run.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Snags it inside the 20. Oh, he thought for sure he was going to be able to house that one, but a huge pickup all the way down to the 12. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down.
29 Philly.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He wants to change this route. Dropping back, it's Russell. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Bought a little time, lets it go. A little release to the back. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on 1st down. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And on offense, you know this is 4-down territory. You have to come away with a touchdown. You're getting boat raced in this game right now, and you're going to have to make this possession count.
Yeah, definitely because of the slow start, now putting yourself behind the 8 ball, I think this offense is going to have to be aggressive the rest of the game.
Cut it. Green 25.
Might be calling a hot route. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
4th and goal from the 3. Let's see what this offense can dial up from here. Trying to punch it in. And he takes it in for a score.
Touchdown is so big for this offense, right? Because here at the end of the half, you're just trying to find positives you can build upon in the second half. And right when it was looking like this game was starting to get away from them, they're able to execute, score, and that's going to help their confidence.
Back to pass, it's Russell. Here's a heat. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Is no good. That keeps the score. Georgia, 28. Alabama.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Direct snap. It's Robinson. Can't get him to the ground. And after that short gain, they'll head to the locker room. It's halftime here. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Robinson. Gets away from one, finds room. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Slings it downfield. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Rigby. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Quickly complete. Still on his feet. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. Now on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's got an open man. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Spins away from the defense. He now has 85 yards rushing in this game and getting closer to 1,400 for the season.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat.
They needed only 1 yard. Good job by the offensive line, getting just enough push to keep this drive alive.
And the Dogs have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. The short hands, it's Robinson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Off the RPO, complete. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Third down, red zone play, ground alive. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it on the run. That's where they'll mark him a very productive play and a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was.
Going for the goal line. Touchdown, Dogs! And the beatdown has ensued. Getting set for the point after. And they tack on the extra point. It's 35-13. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. They haven't had a whole lot of production nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. To throw, it's Russell. Now improvising. Gets rid of it. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. Alabama quickly back to the line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that.
Got it in stride inside the 20. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll throw it from the red zone. Unloads to the wideout. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Quickly complete. Oh, he got loose. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
He makes it in for the deuce, and now it's a 14-point game. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Robinson. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
At some point, enough is enough. This is the guy that's beaten. He's priority number one. We got to go get him. It's getting later in the second half. I got to go out and make some plays and get my offense the ball back.
Second down, he'll throw it. Makes the catch. It's Robinson. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy.
Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Wants to adjust the pattern. On third and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Touchdown, Alabama! And here they come, almost all the way back.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Alabama, 27.
So the kickoff team will come out after they turned in a score on that last drive. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Hold it, finds his man on the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Back to pass. Quickly to the tight end. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
Oh, they dial up on second and a long way to go. Wants to go up top. Lets it fly. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. He'll try to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
We talk about having to have it. We needed to force the turnover. We had to get the football back. They're in such a good position to run out the clock, try to win. No, sir. Our ball, first down.
It's complete on the right side. Touchdown time! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
Sends it back in motion. Lewis wants to pass. Buys a little time. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. Looking for blockers. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
The Dogs come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Breaks into the open. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Bulldogs come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Motion from the back. Looking downfield on first down. The screen, he can go. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. They'll try the run. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
The Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Georgia.
And the Dogs in a good spot here with second and short. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll line up for a second down play. Looking to fire. Moving out of the pocket. Fires on the move. Got his man. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
On the snap, it's Robinson. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Got his man quickly. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Second down pass.
Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
The Dogs started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wants to fire on second down. Caught behind the line. It's Bloomberg. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical third down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
First and goal as they can just take their time and try to put this one out of reach. A designed run for the quarterback. Touchdown, Georgia! And they take it in for 6 more points.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
And the extra point is up and good, and it's a 9-point lead. 2 possessions here late in the fourth. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35.
First and 10.
First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Making side adjustments here. Under fire. Still on his feet at the 45. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. That's the way to open a drive. Now they'll put it in play just shy of midfield. Lewis to throw. Steps away. Here's a throw downfield late. Makes the catch on the right side. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. They dialed up a beauty on that last one. It got him inside the red zone. Now it's first and 10 from the 16. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Oh, they're after him. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Gets the return down to the 25-yard line, and a big turnover caused by this defense.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they've just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals. It usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right? You're going to get those 15 extra practices at the end of the year to help develop young talent. Looking ahead to next season,